the messianic motif of the Old Testament and the way that that motif has been received in the Jewish tradition of the Jews is such that the Messiah, the anointed one, is supposed to be like a designate personality to right the wrongs of history. And to right the wrongs of history, you will need a certain measure of power, of authority, and of ability. And so it was precisely the reason why the Jews missed their Messiah when he came, because the picture of the Messiah that they had was a conquering king. And so Jesus comes and is looking very, very weak and also quite uninterested in the political realm and in the political in the political affairs of his day. So that it looked like there was a contradiction. If you are the Messiah is supposed to deliver Israel from oppression. The Messiah is supposed to right the wrongs of life, the wrongs of history. So how is this the Messiah? And this Messiah does not appear to be doing any of those kinds of things. This passage paints for us such a powerful picture of why it was that Jesus, as counterintuitive as it was, why it was that it was important, it was absolutely for our sakes, it was necessary for Jesus to go the route that he went. It is a fact that when man sinned in the Garden of Eden, there was a whole lot that had been opened up, and none of it was good for man. None of it was good for man. When you look at the passage that we have read now, you will see that there are different aspects of our situation on account of the fall that Jesus had to take care of in order for us to have a standing with God and to have a restoration of some sort into the idea of God for us from the original beginning. By that I mean to say that there were many ways in which things went wrong when Adam sinned. And so Jesus had to fix things in the ways that things went wrong originally. And it is only after those things have been fixed that the kind of champion Messiah that the Jews were looking for will manifest himself. But in order to fix the things that had gone wrong, because remember that the only reason why there's domination, the only reason why there's oppression, the only reason why all of the political shenanigans of the Greeks or the Romans, whoever else it was that had oppressed God's people, the only reason why any of that flourished was because there was an initial, there was a prior, there's an original problem. And so in order to deal with the problem from only if you deal with the problem, I mean to say, if you deal with the problem only from a symptomatic standpoint, you will be doing a terrible job, because you are trying to deal with the symptoms of the problem without dealing with what really gave room for the problem to exist in the first place. So the first coming of Jesus was to deal with the taproot of the problem. The thing that made it possible for demons and devils and and tyrants, as it were, to have dominion or domination over people was what Jesus came to deal with at the first instance. So when Jesus came the first time, he came to resolve that primary problem.